Welcome back, Wolfpack Vrolas here, and let's go and do a battle with Malix, and this one's actually really cool because it's an all Destiny Bond team. So, I can see the win condition that all you need to do is trade 5 Pokemon, and then have another Pokemon just score KO, and that could be in Frostlass or Bayonet, that they're good at going +1, +2, so that's where you can just kind of follow through and get the rest of your game won, just like that. So going to lead with Durian v Quillfish. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Spiky, unpleasant, kind of. I don't know. I think Quillfish is kind of cool, but that's going to be a Dragon Pulse from the Hydreigon, and Durian going to have a Focus Sash, so I guess leading, just go Destiny Bond and call it good, or Flail. Is that going to be enough damage? No, darn, I was wondering because I was thinking like, well, with Flail, that might be your +1, because you need a Pokemon to knock out 2 Pokemon for this to work, since Destiny Bond, if you use it on the turn that you faint, and it's your last Pokemon, and you say it's 6, like you trade the last Pokemon with Destiny Bond, your opponent wins. So you need to have a Pokemon that does get that extra kill, and apparently it wasn't going to be. But Frostlass comes in, uses Icy Wind, and that is going to KO Hydreigon. And yeah, so 1 for 1 right now. Frostlass still at full health, that's pretty good. We can see how the trades end up, and that's going to be into the Chandelure. So Frostlass versus Chandelure, Shadow Ball going to be from the Chandelure. Not good for Frostlass, so it has to be Scarf Chandelure. And Frostlass survives with the Focus Sash. Now, interesting fact, because Smogon rules do not have the item clause, this stuff's perfectly legal with when you're playing Smogon, not when you're playing official competitive rules under Battle Spot rated or something like that. You couldn't get away with it, but this makes this silly team work. So if you think item clause is stupid, this is why Pokemon has item clause, so you can't run 6 Focus Sashes all day or something like that. So that's going to be the Destiny Bond. Now we're 2 for 2 right now. I honestly think that with the Shadow Ball, or not with the Icy Wind, Frostlass might have been able to go for a Shadow Ball and knock out the Chandelure, since it is Scarf Chandelure. You know, it has high speed investment and high special attack. So I think the Shadow Ball from Frostlass might have been enough, but playing it safe with the double Destiny Bond going to be good. So that's putting, now we're at it's a 4v4 right now. Gengar is going to go against the Gallade, and okay, so the opponent's trying to get sneaky here, going throughout the Shadow Sneak. Are we going to see, wow, Gengar tanking it actually, and Gengar's just going to throw out the Shadow Ball. So that's going to be that's it. That's all we needed right there. There was our plus. So Gallade gets outsped, or doesn't get outsped, doesn't get the KO with the Shadow Sneak, then gets picked up by the Shadow Ball from Gengar. And oh, priority is going to be bad on Gengar. So Gengar's switching out. Gengar's like, okay, I can still Destiny Bond at some point. And now we're going into the Fire-type Pokemon for the communication with the server. Oh, that was just my internet dropping out a bit. So Bullet Punch, going to get a good prediction right there, going to soak it up, not going to be able to do anything, and that's going to switch out, okay, and that's going to switch into Gengar. So I think it might be for a double predict, yeah, so doing the double switch just to predict out the Scizor. Now, opponent's pretty in a bad situation right now. Gengar, all he has to do is just sit on that Destiny Bond. If he brings in Scizor's Bullet Punch will knock itself out. So that's going to be a Scald, so Gengar comes in, Destiny Bond spam immediately, Scald is going to trade the Milotic right there, and that's going to put us at a 3v2, and that's really all that the Destiny Bond team needed. So, GG is what this is looking like right now. I think that the double switch really did a huge number right there, and now Bat Spit Crazy is going to be, now I'm wondering, where's your win condition going to be against a Pokemon like this? Because Destiny Bond, you can get outstatus. If you go down to Toxic, Destiny Bond isn't going to do anything. So you do need a Pokemon that can beat things up. And actually just went for the Earthquake. So going to get a huge damage on that crit. Cursed Body is going to disable that Earthquake. And there's the Toxic Orb for the Gliscor. So I think you're just going to need to go for some raw damage. But I don't know where you come out of this one. So, still have 3 Pokemon though. And that's going to be Protect. So Boogeyman going to go protect it up and just kind of scouting out. So that's going to absorb the Toxic right there and going to go for a back-to-back Toxic. So that just leaves him up for some damage. And the way the Toxic goes, shouldn't 2-hit KO? I don't know. So that's going to be Phantom Force. Phantom Force means that he's not going to be able to protect this turn. He's going to come out, do some damage, and maybe go for another one, setting up the Stealth Rock as well. So Stealth Rock Earthquake set with the Toxic, and means he might not have Protect, because that means he should have Roost. Or he might have Roost instead of, or he might have Protect instead of Roost because of the Poison Heal. There's a lot of different Gliscor sets. So it doesn't do the craziest damage. Oh, Earthquake's no longer disabled. That's going to be the Destiny Bond. So maybe going to use that Prankster ability to get that Destiny Bond in there and bait out the Earthquake. So the opponent just could have taken his time right there, could have healed up, and I think that the Gliscor would have been able to wall out the team really well because then you just Toxic everything. But he does go down. Just not, I guess he didn't see the theme here that it's all going to be Destiny Bond. I don't know, so Rock, Paper, Scizor comes in, and that's going to be against the Houndoom, and that's going to be the game right there. Because I don't really see a world where, oh, going to Style Points. Going to go for the Style Points with the Destiny Bond as well. So, goes for the X-Scissor for damage, and that's going to be enough to knock it out. But then you trade on that Destiny Bond, Scizor goes down, we still have Wobbuffet as our final Pokemon alive, and that is going to be game. So, interesting Destiny Bond team, and it worked, and I can see why. You know, if you want to go for, oh yeah, that's because my internet dropped. So I mean, if you want to go for the wins right there, you do need a Pokemon to plus. I think Frostlass is a really good Pokemon for going plus. Finding ways around that stall, like if I see Gliscor, maybe not give up the Frostlass as early since you're going to need it to break down Gliscor. But I mean, you do have elemental coverage that you need. Houndoom handles Scizor priority. You can use Frostlass for the kind of stally Pokemon. So I think it does have a good break right there, and it does work out pretty well. So if you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you all have a nice, well, actually don't have a nice day just yet. We still have 3 more Fan Fridays. So get ready to enjoy some Fan Fridays and a